Alright, recapping here. Picking up at the ne quid, just like the si qui a few lines above it, right? So we're talking about the druids and the things that they do, that they decernunt and constituent. And we said this qui here after sini meneo always go away. If anyone, either a privatus or a populus of eorum, decretum non stetit, doesn't stetit by their decretum or with their decretum, they interdicunt abito separation them from the sacrifices. Spoina is gravissima. And for those for whom it has been interdictumed, these guys are habentered in the numero of impiorum and sceleratorum. Omnes, everybody decedunts, abito of separation, his. They defugiunt their aditum and their sermonum. And then the ne picking up here. Ne starts off in addition to introducing an aliquid, starts off a clause of some sort, right? Ne through a subjunctive verb. A negative purpose clause. If it were a negative result clause, it'd be an ut known. And I haven't had a command word, so it's a negative purpose clause. Lest, or so that not, right? So that not anything, or lest anything. Ex contagione in comedy. And here's that, as I mentioned earlier, aliquid plus a genitive, where it literally means something of whatever is going to equal some whatever that word in the genitive case is. So lest aliquid, lest something, or lest some incommodi. And then I realize some incommodi is not the subject of this clause, because some is singular, as is incommodi. It must be the direct object of accipiant. Lest they accipiant some incommodi ex contagione. Okay. So the same people that defugiunt do so that they don't accipiunt any incommodi ex contagione. Neque, his patentibus ius redditor, neque onus ullus communicator. Okay? Neque, one clause, or, there's two indicative clauses here. Neither, his patentibus, it's a person in what is either the dative or ablative case, and if it's a person, and I don't know if it's dative or ablative, if it's a person, I'm going to assume it's dative. Okay, so, neque, neither to his patentibus, that looks like a subject, ius redditor, is ius redditored, nor is onus ullus, and onus, I think was on our vocab. It's not, you could say the word is honor, honoris, or onos, honoris, O-R-I-S. So that is nominative singular. Nor is any onus communicated to his patentibus. His autem omnibus druidibus priest unus. I think you have a note on your book, on this. But priest is a good word to know how it operates. It means to be right? To be ahead, to be on top, to be in charge, but it takes the dative. You are in control of a dative. Okay. So, but his omnibus druidibus, but something about all these druidibuses. Unus priest, okay? One guy, priest, his omnibus druidibus. One guy who, sumam inter eos, and I'm like, sumam, what's that going with? It's an adjective. It's going with autoritatem. So my relative clause is from qui, and it would normally end at the habet, but the adjective is after the verb here. Right? But for omnibus druidibus, priest's unus dude, who inter eos habet sumam auctoritatem. Hoc mortuo, looks ablative to me. It doesn't have a participle, but there's two words in the ablative case, and one's an adjective, so it's missing a participle that's something like being, but this is an ablative absolute. With this guy being mortuo, either if qui ex reliquis excellet dignitate secedit, or if sunt plures pares suffragio druidum nunum cometium. Right, I read the whole sentence. And, oh, hey, there's a C and a qui. So what's this qui short for? Aliqui. Okay. Either if aliqui of the reliquis excellets with respect to dignitate, I'm like, okay, this is an if clause, and we haven't bracketed off if clauses, but it's important here because there's another verb coming up. So this clause already has its verb, right? If one of these guys excellets in dignitate, he secedits. So either somebody secedits, or new if clause. Right? If there are plures pares, then what happens? By a suffragio of the druidum, nonnumquam, literally not never, but sometimes even by armies, right? So by a suffragio, sometimes even by armies, they contendunt over the principatu, concerning the principatu. These guys, certo doesn't go with he or ani, but it does go with tempore, and the ani's in the middle. At a certo tempore of the ani, in the finibus, there's that genitive plural ending that we saw in, lots of things. Druidum, equitum, right? Don't forget that can be genitive plural, especially if it's a group of people. That should be plural. So at a certo tempore of the ani and the finibus of the carnutes, they are a group of people. We've done a relative clause. Qua regio totius Galliae media habetur. And even in book 1, where we had, we started the chapter with, Gallia est omnis, later on we had a totius Galliae. Book 613 is doing the same thing. That's worth looking back at, those two instances. Okay. Alright, in the carnutes. Qua regio, which regio is habetured to be the media, is considered the media, or is held to be the media of totius Galliae, they considunt in a loco consecrato. Huc, hither, to this place, omnes, undique, everybody who the qui here must be referring to the omnes, all the people who habent controversias, convenient. Eorumque, and what else do they do? And they parent, right? Ands connect like things, so they convenient. And they parent, which takes the dative, it means to obey, and it takes a dative object. So they parent their eorum decretis, their decretis, connecting like things, and their eudiciis. This disciplina has been repertad, right, reperta est, in Britannia, and inde, from there, into Gallium. Okay. So I was assuming there was a missing est, and this was reperta est. Disciplina has been repertad in Britannia, but instead, I should have read the whole sentence, right? But instead I have an essay, so I don't have to make up an est, and then I'm like, why is it an essay? Okay, and whenever there's an infinitive, there's a reason for it. Indirect statement, right? And it's not quite an indirect statement, but we'll just go with it. This practice is existimatered, is thought to have, right, reperta esse, to have been repertad in Britannia, and to have been translatad into Gallium. Et nunc. And now, qui here, if I look at the whole relative clause, is a plural qui, not a singular qui, because it's volunt, and it didn't have an antecedent, so those who volunt to cognoscere, this rem, more diligenter, right, comparative adverb. Now, those guys who volunt to do that. Plerumque, right, most of them, proficiscuntur, illo, and then there's a discendi causa, for the sake of discendi. and it's all by itself, just plain old diskendi. It's not taking any sort of object. It's not right where it would be moved into the case number and gender of that object, so it is just a gerund all by itself, not a gerundive.